All right. Hello, people. What's up? What's up? Hey, just a couple of quick announcements. Hey, first off, happy Friday, everybody. You have basically made it through your very first week of virtual learning. I'm hearing a lot of good feedback from people, a lot of people that feel like they're doing well, some people that think maybe sleeping in is making them even better at school than they were before. So that's cool. Keep up the good work, everybody. Couple of announcements that I want to go over first before we do math. Number one, McSparran is on, hang on, I'm ahead of myself. McSparran is on Zoom. Hey, so I officially got a Zoom account set up yesterday. Here's the great thing about Zoom is I always have it open on my computer. And the other cool thing is I have it on my phone. So you guys might have noticed in my video, well, probably not in these videos so far, but if you've talked to me through Zoom, I've got kids running all over the place all day long. So I'm not always sitting right next to my computer, but the nice thing is if you just get on Zoom, find my name, you can search for me and send me a chat, like send me a quick little chat message. I can probably do a Zoom conference with you right then and there. Whenever you need it, kind of between those like morning and afternoon hours. I take a little bit of time off in the middle of the day for lunch and nap time. But yeah, just send me a chat thing on Zoom. And
for our kids.
oh, I don't. Yes, but for say hi to Mrs. McSparran. Yeah, no, I don't take a nap. My kids take a nap. Sometimes I go for a jog while they take a nap. But yeah, send me a message on Zoom, and we can work through stuff together on the screen, and I can try and answer any questions. Okay. Announcement number two: make sure you've done homework. Okay, so here's what we're going to do is I'm going to go through, and anybody that hasn't submitted any homework at all this week, this is 5 days of homework. If you haven't submitted any homework, I'm going to go ahead and call your house and make sure that you're able to log on okay. All right, this isn't like a threat or anything like that. I just want to make sure that you're seeing the stuff that you're seeing so I can make sure that you're learning some stuff, okay? So make sure that you've done some homework, like even if you normally watch the video and then sort of like move on to something else, do some homework so that I can see that you've done something, please. Okay, that's it for announcements. Hey, yesterday we had a handful of people do some really good work. So make sure you go in and check out the amazing work section. I've got here's an example from Morgan Howell, who did a nice job. The answer was 16.21, by the way. And who is this? Oh, this was Adriana Noria. Adriana does really nice work all the time, guys. So I threw up one of hers also. So they both did a good job. If you're still confused about yesterday, make sure you go back and watch my video, and then also check out the work from the in the awesome work section. All right. So oh, I've got a third announcement. Third announcement. PFAs next week. Now, me and the math team are going to meet today to figure out how we're going to do PFAs. So starting next week, you're going to get communication early on about how PFAs will work. But we're going to start working on this. You're going to be able to take this trig PFA next week. Today will be the last trig lesson. We're going to move on to the next unit next week, okay? So this is your last chance to really get ready for that trig PFA. And we want to be ready for it next week. Okay, so let's take a look at this word problem. You guys struggled a little bit on the word problem, so we're going to do another example and another word problem homework to make sure that you're really feeling good. So Josh was skiing down a slope where the angle of elevation was 14 degrees. Whoa, what am I doing? Stop. Skirt. We never start without writing in our relationships first. So, Toa. Let's zoom, leave space from McSparran's face. And remember that is sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent theta equals opposite over adjacent. And then I've got my inverses. Remember that these are good for sides. My inverses are going to be good for angles. So sine inverse of opposite over hypotenuse equals theta. Cosine inverse, that's what that little -1 means. Oh, shoot, I messed up, you guys. Let's erase that. Of adjacent over hypotenuse equals theta. And tangent inverse of opposite over adjacent equals theta. And let's remember that, okay, there to go. That those are good for angles. All right, so now let's go read through our problem. Can't believe I almost started without that, guys. You can yell at me if you want. All right, Josh was skiing down a slope where the angle of elevation was 14 degrees. If the length of the slope was 15,000 feet, what was the vertical drop of the slope? The great thing here is it already has the diagram for us, okay? So remember that step number one is always label theta. So if I only know one angle, or if it's only asking me about one angle, that automatically becomes theta. So here, 14 degrees, that is my theta. Step two is always label sides. Okay, so I know that I've got a hypotenuse as the long angle. If I go across from my theta, that is my opposite, and then attached to my theta is my adjacent. Okay, so step three, remember to help us with figuring out, there we go. To help us with figuring out what relationship to use, we are going to go known and need to know. My knowns. Well, I know that theta equals 14 degrees. That is there. I know that my hypotenuse is 15,000 feet. 15,000, that's 1,500, guys. Experience screwing up tonight. And then I need to know my x. So I need to know my opposite, or my x. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and look at my knowns and my need to knows. Now notice this. I have opposite and hypotenuse. That matches with opposite and hypotenuse. So I know right now that I'm going to use one of those two equations. Now I got to figure out which one. Okay, so what do I need to know? I need to know the opposite side. And since I know that the top equations are good for sides, ding, 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 there's my relationship right there. So notice how I did that. I have to look at the sides that I know to help me pick my relationship, or pick whether it's sine, cosine, or tangent, and then decide, am I looking for a side or am I looking for an angle? Okay, so let's write that out now. Sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Let's plug stuff in. We're going to use orange to plug stuff in. All right, so theta is 14. So sine of 14 equals, all right, hypotenuse is 1,500. All right, so, oh man, look at that. It's like a smiley face. That's silly. Let's redo that. So 1,500 goes on bottom. Opposite side is x. That goes on top. Now, guys, this is calculator and algebra. Easy peasy. All right, so I need to know what the sine of 14 is. Let's go pull up the calculator. All right, so I'm going to type in 14 first. I'm making sure I'm in degrees. That's good. Trigonometry, click sine, 0.24, and then we'll round up to 2. 242. All right, so that is 0.242 equals x over 1,500. Now, if the x was on the bottom, I would cross multiply this, but I'm not gonna. It's not on the bottom, so I'm not gonna cross multiply it. I'm just gonna multiply both sides by 1,500. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna cancel out this other 1,500, because the opposite of division is multiplication. So by doing the opposite, I got rid of it. Now all I have to do, Oh, see, I drew it funny, didn't I? And that looked like a, there we go. So now I got to do 1,500 times 0.242. Now, cool thing here is that that number is already in the calculator. Just leave it there. All you got to do is go times 1,500, and I get 362.88. That's right here. Oh, it's also right here. 362.88. So let's see. So I've still got X over here. I've got 362.88. Oh, looky there. Boom. All right, so there it is. I've got my answer. You guys go ahead, go on and try the homework for today. Again, if you have any questions at all, please, guys, hit me up on Zoom. All right, just send me a chat message on Zoom and I can create a conference for you right then and there. All right, have a great one, guys, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye now.